The idea behind Humabotix cloud platform is to make artificial intelligence and robotics accessible and easy to use. I put together a very general prototype interface showing showing the main ideas. So the idea is that someone be able to connect their robotic devices or their sensors to the cloud service. Then as you click through the different ones, you could see the sensors attached to your device and add them. Drag and drop and add your sensors to them and kind of define your device's abilities and what it has. In the network area, it allows you to network together all your devices. So your robotic devices, like your robotic arms, could talk to each other and they could work together to do a task or to share data and information, perhaps learn from each other, as well as the sensor packages, robot. And then the sensor things could include like microphones, touch sensor, motors, cameras, and also speakers for an output device. And then the data from the devices would be available for performance and sensor data that was collected to be analyzed. Here I just put together some very basic concept things showing the graph, but a lot more sophisticated things could be done to show patterns of the devices, and things can be numbered and used for quite a few things. One of the main core features would be training. So this is where really the artificial intelligence and machine learning would come in. So through the use of video or through like sensor jackets that in gloves where workers would use to do tasks and things, that data could be uploaded and analyzed and be part of the system for use in the devices. And those actions would be available in this area, and as the platform matured, more and more sophisticated actions could be defined. So you have a task you want your robotic arm or device to do, and you could build your sequence. So eventually to have it to the point where you could use natural language to define. Currently, robotic platforms, I think more advanced ones have it where you can guide your arm to do things, but ideally you should be able to tell your arm or device what you want to do using language. Basically, and showing it, pick up this object and put it here and do this with it. And maybe the rough outline could be verbally given instructions for natural language processing, and then you refine it, through instructions on it, on the device. And so those are some of the core basic ideas. Basically, a platform to plug it together, and also some things that could really help some things get up to speed faster is using existing cloud services to tie in on the back end to do some machine learning until there was like native platform stuff, like Microsoft's machine learning platform or on Amazon, and use the computing power there to drive and plug in, basically we're putting a layer on top of everything, made it easier, and eventually more and more native, products would come on board. But the idea would be to get some things working fairly quickly, to make it easy to use, so people could, like, if they set up a robotic arm or another device or a sensor, where they could get using it quickly, regardless of what type of manufacturer software is provided. that the Humabotix cloud service could provide that intelligence and ways to connect everything together quickly and get people up and going. And even with some very basic hardware, take care of having to program things or whatever, so people could just build some basic things and start using it. It could be everything from like research institutions to educational schools to industry and commercial applications and any number of sensors and devices. You can even go beyond robotic. If you have a bunch of devices, you connect them all together and you do things with the data that is given you. And those are a number of things that could be done with the platform.